We are now building into your vision, your values, and your voice. Can anybody tell me what those things mean to them? Let's start with vision. What does vision mean to you? Dream of where I want to be? What the end looks like. Good. Anybody else? Okay, let's move on. Values. What you're willing to do to get there. Where you stand for, right? Where you really stand for. What you are about, right? It's the philosophy, your guiding philosophies. You know how some people could do things and wake up in the morning normal, and you wonder how they could do that, right? That will keep me up whole night, whole day, right? But they do it because their values are different to your values, right? Okay. Voice, very important. And I don't mean this, where we talking with. How you communicating to the world about what you are, your branding, how it impacts others.
What you're actually saying when you're not saying something.
Correct. So if we go back to Mo's Bose, what is Mo's voice? Confident, fashionable, happy, whimsical. The brand is a compelling story. And sometimes we feel that our stories are not worthy. Right? Who will want to know that? That's a stupid story. No. Right? You have a story. The brand has a story. The brand has to communicate that story. Right? And you need to not feel ashamed of the story of your story. It is your story. How can you take that story and brand that story in the industry and in the product and service that you give? That's what we're talking about voice, right? And it has to be unapologetic, right? We tend to be too, people go like that, well, I don't know, right? And we look at places right here. I just came from New Orleans. I just spent a week there, right? And people from New Orleans, as they call it, right? Them a business, right? They are very clear that New Orleans, right, is the center of whatever. And them cool with that, right? They are very, very confident about what New Orleans culture is. Music, fashion, food, right? They're unapologetic. I went to Essence Music Festival, right? And so, girl walking with gold, right? And I go, right? But that's them. They unapologetically New Orleans. Tell the story. And you talk to them and say, where y'all from? Y'all live in New Orleans, right? They love the place. And it comes across in the fashion and the food and the expression. New Orleans is a brand. Countries have brands. Cities have brands, right? And what do those brands tell you? They tell a story. That's the confidence that we're talking about. Sometimes we want to be more European and more American than the law allows, right? And we're not letting our stories shine through in terms of the voice and the vision and so on, right? So, when we talk about vision, we're talking about the big picture, right? So as the young lady said, it's the end game, but it's not just the end game, it is the game, right? It's the entire thing of your life. It is where you're heading, it's what you do, and it's what makes your work, your life fulfilling. This is the vision. So when we talk about values, we're talking about what is important to you, what makes you tick, and of course, it's your lifeblood. And then we talked about voice, which, I like this definition, is the unique way that you show up in the world, right? Your unique way of expressing your creativity and your brand, right? It is what makes you stand out from the crowd. It's what makes you authentic. You have to speak in your voice, right? So you don't want to speak like somebody else. And I don't mean literally, speak like somebody else. But you want to speak in a voice that's authentic, right? And these three things, your vision, your values, and your voice, are the cornerstones of your business.